Ableton users, feel your pain. Want to know the best way to do drill glides in Ableton? When you look for tutorials online, they're either all FL Studio or they're using outdated information, like using pitch bend and MIDI control, or the glide function is simpler. Let me show you what I think is the best way. Okay, so we're just going to make a quick drill beat. I'm going to set the tempo to about 140. So I've pulled up a simple drill piano, and I'm just going to set the scale on this one to C sharp minor. Make a simple triad, and I'm just going to pull out the middle note here. Right, I'm just going to start by putting half time on this. I'm just going to leave it set at 1 bar. I'm just going to add some extra notes in there. I just want to set this half time at 4. Yeah, that's more like it. Move these back to here. I'm going to take all the top notes of these chords, I'm going to bring them down an octave. I'm actually just going to pitch these ones up as well. I'm just hearing a couple of extra notes here. I'm liking the way that's sounding. I'm going to grab it all, randomise these, just to give it a bit more of a natural feel. So I'm just going to EQ the low end of that, just to make room for the 808 later. Just a little bit at the top end as well. As always, I'm just going to add some reverb. I think I'm going to add some murder melodies as well. Just having a play around, seeing where I like them all. I think this reverse sounds crazy. Just gives it a little bit of grittiness. I'm just going to take the top notes here, layer them onto a pad. I think I'm just going to drop that down an octave as well. Just want to add some movement to the pad, so I'm just going to use some kickstart too. Kind of just adds in that ambient kind of layer in the background. Just going to use some more reverb to put it in the background even more. I don't really want to add too much more to it. I just want to keep it really simple for this. I think maybe a string or something like that. Change these ones a bit, I think. Yeah, I like the way that sounds. I think I'm just going to add this bell. I'm going to freeze that, flatten it. Make sure to turn this on to complex. Copy it over. I'm just going to reverse it. I'm just going to pitch that one up by 12. But I'm just going to turn the gain on this one down a little bit as well. Just going to EQ out the bottom end of that. I think one more layer, maybe just a choir. Something really simple like that. Drop the volume on that a little bit as well. Add some murder melodies to this. I really love this ensemble knob here. Oof. That reverse knob makes it go crazy. That's sick. Time for some drums. Create a roll here, change these velocities. Can I layer that snare with a clap as well? think I'm just going to have these here as well. I'm just going to reverse them, also here as well. I'm not going to add any at the end because there's a little bit too much going on. Add a triangle as well, maybe in the second half somewhere. Right, time to add an 808. Right, so what I like to do with 808s in Ableton, firstly, is to find a sample that's really long, maybe something like this dump one. So the easiest way to check the key of the 808 is to just put this tuner in. Then if you hit C on your keyboard, you can see if it's in the correct note or not. See with this one it is. If it's not, just come to controls, just transpose it until it's in C when you're pressing C. I'm just going to start by putting some on the root note, which in this case is C sharp. I'm just going to go along and place them where I think they should go. We'll get onto the drill glides in a minute. What I like to do first is just find out the notes that I want to glide to. Hearing one here that just goes up. And then 4 here, maybe something like that. Another one here, and maybe some crazy ones here. The key to this is this note expression. From here you can just set it to glide. The great thing is you can pick how long the glide lasts. So if I set it like that, or for instance on a longer note, say this C sharp here, if I wanted it to glide to this B3, I could set it so it does it all the way. The other great thing about doing it in Ableton is you can add curves. So if I hold Alt, I can then move this. Don't tend to do that very often, but it does allow for some crazy effects. Let's put them up an octave. I'm going to put these back down and have them glide from all the way down here. Change this one slightly. The other thing you can do is just use one note like this and draw in really crazy kind of curves. Sounds pretty hard. Right, let's do something a bit crazier on this last one. Pull this out all the way. Start by taking it to there. Now, usually if I set it to this kind of length, I want it to last for the same kind of length. Just drop it back down to the root note here. Take it to a different note. And we'll just end this with a glide back down. I can change these slightly, so I can add the last one in here. Obviously, I don't ever usually really go crazy like this. I'm just going to calm it down a little bit. And now that I like that, I'm just going to add some distortion. I'm just going to add a kick now. Add some kickstart too to the 808, set it to audio, slide chain it to the kick. Okay, so something that I love to add to my kicks on drill beats is Smack Attack by Waves. Obviously there's great alternatives out there, and with what Waves have done this week, going to subscription only. If you don't own it, look for an alternative. That's a different conversation. I actually just try one of these other 808s, maybe this Fury one. Another plugin that I love just to beef up your 808 is R-Bass by Waves. Okay, so I'm just going to sort my drum rack out quickly. I'm going to add some auto pan to the counter. On these metal percussions, I'm just going to come into the envelopes and I'm just going to change the panning. Do the same with the triangle as well, to the opposite sides. Okay, so what I usually do is make a second 808 pattern for the verses. Usually something more simple. I know this one isn't a really crazy 808 pattern or anything like that. You can go really crazy with the glides. I usually like to make an even simpler one. On some beats, you only really need it to hit on the first bar, or maybe the first and the third. I'm just going to take out all these. I think maybe have a few here, and maybe at the end. Come into the note expression tab. Mouse isn't working properly. Pick the notes we want. Maybe have one in here as well, actually. Maybe do something like this. Actually, let's go for something with a bit more. Let's keep it going, actually. That back to there, take that to there. See how you can make really crazy glides? Something like that I might use in a transition period where the beat all drops out. And then for the process of the regular verse, I'll just make it a bit simpler. Maybe something more like this for the regular verse. So I'm just going to take that section over to here. Okay, so I'm just going to start dropping parts out. I'm just going to take out the kick, take out the 808, take out most of the drums, and bring this counter back and maybe have that in half of it. Just going to bring a crash in, reverse it, drop the volume on it. Just to make that a bit more exciting for the drop, I'm just going to drag in a drum fill from the J Cactus Defiant drum fill pack. Maybe something like this one. Make sure the tempo is set correct. Going to drag another one of those in as well. It's the transition here. We take the strings out there too. Alright, so now I'll just fully structure this out and give it a mix down, and I'll show you the finished beat. And if you like it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Peace.
It's a symphony.